you watch the show. Now it's time to level up. Hit that join button and get the VIP treatment. Early access, behind the scenes, and even shout-outs on the spot. Get in the mix with the real ones, breeders, fans, and all the dog lovers. Join the fam, be a part of something bigger. Starting at just $1, you get access to the best content we got. And that's not all. Members get 10% off all merch and gear. Plus, you're on the priority list for getting your next pup. You're in the loop. To join, just click the join button below this video. Pick your tier and boom, you're part of the squad.
Yo, what's happening?
What's up? What's up?
Man, you know what it is. Man, they in the building. Man.
What's good?
Yeah.
Both. Hey. Day. Oh, y'all gonna be eating hot dog glizzies and hamburgers and barbecue chicken and burning your fucking fingers out.
Yeah, man. Hey, Dre in the building. Wifey in the building. And hit that like button.
Salute.
Man, Doctor. Chico. Oh, there go Show Enough, man. Show Enough in the building, man. That's what's up. Lone Wolf. Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. Man. We just today, man, you know, we just gonna be kicking it at the you know what I'm saying? We just gonna be kicking it outside, man. We just chilling, man. You know, we at the courts, man, at the pavilion, just, you know, kicking back in the shade, man. Yeah.
It's Friday, man. It's about y'all today. Y'all know how I do on Friday, man. It's about y'all today, man.
Yeah, man. You know, shoot, it's kicking it at the park, man. We gonna talk about what we gonna get into mental toughness, man. You know what I'm saying? Mental toughness.
I just went through some mental toughness the last night and this morning.
Yeah.
Well, really early this morning, and then about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So, you know, man, you know, with mental toughness, these are the things that we need to have, especially as men, for accomplishing goals, getting through your day, just becoming a better person. You know, mental. We talked about, you know, Nelson Mandela yesterday, and you know, him getting hit with a 27 piece, man, and you know, you don't see any light at the end of the day after that. You know, when you get hit with stuff like that, you know, to come out, you got to be focused, man. You got to have that mental toughness. You know, these are serious things, man. You know, yeah, you know. So yeah, we're gonna be you know, building that unbreakable mind, you know, pushing beyond your limits with the main thing that you gotta have for mental toughness is self-belief. You gotta believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. So, you know, I did my I had to go back to the books, man, and gather some information what I can give y'all, man, and I'm gonna cite some of my sources, man. If y'all want to get into some of this stuff, man, go look at the Dichotomy of Leadership by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin. Then we got Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. That's a good book. And we got The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, and also The 50th Law by Robert Greene and 50 Cent. You know, and we're gonna dive into this mental toughness. We're gonna dive into pushing beyond these limits and seeing what greatness you can accomplish within your day-to-day dues within your life. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, me and my wife read that book. I read it first and I gave it to her and she couldn't it was a page turner, but for all y'all that read books, man, that Can't Hurt Me's a good book. All these books that I'm mentioning are good books, man. But yeah, let's jump to it. Anything you needed to say, Mr. CEO?
Man, I'm gonna say my yeah, I'm on the leash, man. Go ahead and do your thing, man. Damn, don't let me off yet. I got some shit to say today.
Ooh-wee. You want to go ahead and get it off your chest first?
Nah, cause I don't want to fuck up the mood of the show and everybody be all hyping on it. Yeah, man, but fuck this. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Let's start off with a good note, you know what I'm saying? You start off slow. It's like, I used to play in go-go bands. So, you start off with it, put them in the pocket, to get them, and then when you're in, before you end the set, that's when you hit them with the turned up shit.
Yeah.
And then you leave, get your money and leave.
Yeah.
Let security do their job.
Without a doubt. So let me, I'm big on quotes and whatnot, man. So let me see. Let me jump into this, man. Okay. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. I'll read that again. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. The person who wrote that is Henry Ford. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you a little something about Henry Ford, man. If y'all don't know who Henry Ford is, man. That boy Henry Ford is, last name speaks for itself. Henry Ford is the creator of, what is it? Tough as a Rock, Ford. And Henry Ford.
Hey man, don't disrespect Ford like that, Big A. Come on now.
Huh?
You talking about tough as a rock. There ain't no tough. It's built Ford tough. You gotta put your country voice on when you talk about Ford. Built Ford tough.
Ford Ranger.
But I do want to say this about Henry Ford since you brought him up.
Yeah.
He didn't start the Ford Motor Company until he was in his 40s. Y'all keep that in mind. He didn't start Ford till he was in his 40s.
With that being said, he had the education of a fifth grader. The education of a fifth grader. Really, I think it was younger than that, but if I remember correctly, because this is all But anyway, he created Ford, and with that education level, he went through a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that always stuck out to me was they were having like a meeting or whatnot, and they were asking him, hey, how can you what you call it, how did you make these cars? You know what I'm saying? How you only have a elementary education? How you're not smart enough to make these cars? And his reply was, I don't need to be the smartest. I just need to hire the smartest. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, how many people? What obstacles you think that he had to go through? How many people said you can't do that? You're not smart enough to do that. You have to have a level of mental toughness. Man, I'm gonna say this quote, and this used to be a commercial, and I want to see if anybody know who this is, man. And this is a question for everybody, man. If you could say who this is, man, salute to you. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost more than 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed.
I can't remember who. It's an NBA player, right?
Hey,
Give me a hint, nigga. Damn, yeah, at least give me a hint.
Ain't no hints. You either know it or you don't.
I know.
That's not how the game works, sir. That is not how the game works, sir.
I'm gonna say, man. I'm gonna say, fuck that. I'm gonna let the chat answer first. Fuck that shit. I ain't gonna put myself in. Y'all
I'll read it again. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games 26 times. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
I'm gonna say the Mamba, Black Mamba. Final answer. I know it's somebody old school. I know they the Black Mamba. Or is it?
Wow.
Yes, no, maybe so.
Michael Jordan, man.
I swear to fucking God, I was going to say Michael Jordan.
None of that, bro. Don't want to hear none of that.
God damn. I swear to God, I was going to. Chico, late night Chico.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, but dulda. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know why I didn't say Michael Jordan? Because his ego. That's the only way I was going to say. I ain't going to say Michael Jordan, but that sounds more like something Kobe would say, but. I mean, he egotistical too. You know, we all got egos. But damn, I swear to God, I was about to say MJ, man. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Then I forgot who I was talking to. I was like, nah, that don't sound like no shit Bo would say.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's real shit though. And he's a great example of that because this man was some trash, garbage. You wouldn't even pick that nigga up. The greatest player that everybody on this chat got a pair of this nigga's shoes in your club. Probably got them on your feet right from
Hey, speaking of trash, and speaking of garbage, wasn't Dre trash and garbage too?
Yeah, and he ended up winning his fucking state championship. Nuts on foreheads all fucking day. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, it don't matter how you start out. It's how you fucking finish.
Yeah.
It's how the fuck you finish. I don't give a fuck you man. Come on, bro. You could be the worst fucking basketball player ever that existed and go from being the worst to the greatest. Nigga, if that don't inspire you, bro, I don't know what you might as well just give up on life, my nigga.
But like I say, you know, and I refer to this a lot of times, man, these are things that happen when obstacles are laid before you that make you become great. It starts with a seed, you know. Dre probably would have never, because I've heard the story. Y'all probably heard the story too. Dre probably would have never pushed to dunk, never really pushed to play ball as hard as he did if it wasn't for boys telling him, hey, he wasn't picking them up on the court. When he was over there practicing, trying to dunk and stuff and barely touching the net or, you know, getting close to the rim, they would say he'd never do it. Those are wisely chosen enemies because they made him rise above the occasion. Say if they were Jordan got cut in high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather took a major loss in his life. Matter of fact, and a lot of people who don't even know about the loss. Yeah. Floyd lost at the Olympics.
Yep.
Lost at the Olympics. And when he lost at the Olympics, man, if y'all go look it up, man, Floyd was, I'm talking about boo-hooing, crying hard, and the whole nine during the interview. He damn near couldn't even do the interview.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Floyd never looked back after that.
Hold on, I'm gonna cut you off, but I don't know if y'all remember what I said. I think that was yesterday about getting bullied and that something inside of you happens, something changes inside of you to where you get, you know, a mental shift and you change, right? Something in you changes and a switch gets flipped on.
Mm-hmm.
That alter ego gets activated.
Yeah. And you know, so a lot of times when we pushing for to get to hit a goal, to whether it's in your career, whether it's fooling with these dogs, whether what I'm saying, whatever the goal is, man, at some point in time, we hit a wall. You hit that wall, man, and that's where that's where the mental toughness starts to play the part, and when you building that mental toughness, it ain't you just don't come out the box like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't hit the ground like that, man. It just ain't like that, you know what I'm saying? What you see in the movies is not real, man. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you have to sincerely work towards. And I'm gonna read something for you. Let me see if I got it cute. Let me see.
While you looking for that, thank you, Supreme. They in here in the chat, man, disrespecting the fuck out Ford, man. God damn, Ford. I lived in a Ford. Fuck you, I lived in a Ford for 4 months.
Yeah.
Kept me warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Y'all bullshitting, man. Yeah, Fords is, some of them a piece of shit, man. I'm talking about the Ford fleet vehicles,
Yeah.
They now all the Fords ain't pieces of shit. Some, when they say built Ford tough, they mainly talking about the F-150s. That was the, they bread and butter with their fleet vehicles.
Yeah, man. So I want to read something about mental toughness, man. About this boy David Goggins, man. He a good one for mental toughness. As far as so you pull things from certain people for certain things, to use for yourself. And a lot of times, man, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take things, you gotta look at other people's situation and look at the, look at the obstacle that they overcame. David Goggins wanted to run, if you don't know what a century runner is, a century runner, you have your regular marathons where you run, your 5K, 8K, and so on and so forth. 20, all that stuff, man. And century runners run, the bare minimum is 100 miles. That's where the race starts at, and it's a 100-mile run. You know what I'm saying? All at one time, and you have X amount of time to complete this 100-mile run. And he had never ran this run before, but he wanted to do it to raise funds for, a program or whatever they had. So he goes out and he goes to make this run. It's a tryout. And the tryout is a 24-hour run. And he runs this, he goes and runs this tryout, to actually make the meet or whatnot. And he goes out, he runs 100 miles in 18 hours and something minutes, and he stops. And in the process of doing all of this, I'm talking about he's had to dig deep. You talking about mental toughness and everything. I'm talking about he's defecated on himself. He's pissed on himself. I'm talking about all types of just crazy stuff, pissing blood and everything, trying to complete this 100-mile run. So he completes the 100-mile run. Now I'll read it to you. So after he completes the 100-mile run, he sends the director who's setting everything up, who he has to qualify for. So he emails him to tell him, hey man, I did the 100-mile run. This is my time, and so on and so forth. And I'll pick it up right there. He say, sir, how you doing? I ran the 100 miles needed to qualify in 18 hours and 56 minutes. I would like to know what I need to do to get into Badwater so we can begin raising money for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. Thanks again. All right. This is the guy's reply. He said, congrats on your 100-mile finish. But did you actually stop then? The point of a 24-hour event is to run 24 hours. Anyway, stay tuned for the announcement that you can apply. The race will be July 24th to 26th. That's a heavy blow. You know what I'm saying? You put in all that work and you cut yourself short.
Hold on, bro. I know who you talk about now. He was a Marine, right?
Yeah, no, he was a Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL. Okay, I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
I watch a lot of his
yeah.
you know, the people, a
You
lot
know
of
what I'm
people use
saying?
his videos for motivational videos and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, motivational, but he says be driven and not motivated. So it's a wordplay thing, but it's
Yeah.
got meaning behind the things that he said. How people view things and everything. That's a form of mental toughness.
Yeah.
So these things, overcoming these things is like that's a heavy blow. You know what I'm saying? And then
Hey,
he had
hey,
to,
side note, Big A, I put him on the list too, bro.
Mhm. What you mean? Put him on the list of what?
Niggas I wouldn't want to fight. I know that's the concept, bar. It ain't got nothing to do with what you talking about, but I just thought about, we talked about that before. I don't want no smoke with him, but I digress.
Well, I mean, he's a I would say he's a good example of game.
Facts.
He's a good example of a game, and a lot of people will try to emulate and imitate what he does, and it's not about that. It's about what your path was meant for you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, back to mental toughness, man. So when you get hit with an obstacle, when you hit that brick wall, how do you overcome that, man? You had your self pep talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your pity party, or what you do. How do you go about building your mental toughness, Mr. CEO?
Man, I done told y'all a million times, man. I tell myself, get your bitch ass up. Stop acting like a bitch and get it done. I literally had these kind of people. If I talk out loud, what I be thinking in my head, motherfuckers think I'm crazy. They already think I'm crazy. See, I know it. I know you fucking look at him over there talking to us. I be going in on my, get your bitch ass up. Acting like a bitch laying here in the bed. What, you tired? You tired? The fuck you mean you tired, nigga? You got too much shit to do to be fucking tired. Get your bitch ass up and get the fucking work. Your whining ass. I get my ass, like, you know what? Yeah, let me stop acting like a bitch. Get my ass the fuck up.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta have that.
But hit me out, Big A. This why I do that. This what I want everybody to think about when you get discouraged, when you start, like you said yesterday, we start manipulating yourself, right? And coming up with excuses in your mind. What you have to do is you have to think about all the shit that you've already been through that you overcame. All the shit, because just think, I don't care how old you are, you done been through some shit before, right? So you, especially if you around our age, you done been through shit. So, and you done overcame a lot already. So this is nothing new. You've been here before. This is just another test. It's just another issue or another problem to solve. As a man, that's all the fuck we do is solve problems all day, every day. What the fuck are you scared of? What are you intimidated by? Failure?
Well, yeah, nah, the thing is, okay, and that's why I like looking at the root of things, and because a lot of times we skip steps. And building mental toughness, man, it cannot, you know what I'm saying? What Dre say, hit the line every time. You know what I'm saying? Hit the line, and that's referring to, anybody that played ball in any form of manner, and you running suicides. Suicides is where you run, you touching, each line on the court, back and forth, non-stop. And some people will run, and, right before the line, and or not even touch the floor and turn around and run back. While you touching the line every time, even if it causes you to be third, fourth, even be last, but you putting all into it. Touching the line every time builds mental toughness. Because when everybody has tapped out, when everybody has given their last, that line that you've been going to touch means everything at the end of the day. Building mental toughness is something that is done in the dark and not in the light. You know what I'm saying? Just because and a lot of times we some people, we get caught in the the cycle of trying to have people perceive us a certain way. Whether you trying to meet expectations or you want people to see, you want people to look at you like you a leader, or like you whatever the case may be. But you don't have what it takes to touch the line every time to fill those shoes. Putting yourself in a thing where you have a perceived notion that you are this, and you don't know what goes into that. So let's say you set a goal, and your goal might be a year off to complete the goal. You might be, I don't know, 100 pounds overweight. You know what I'm saying? And your goal might be to lose weight. And you looking at the end result, you're not looking at the actual what you have to do to get there. So you might see people walking around trying to make, like they eating healthy or whatever when they in public or around they folks, but behind closed doors, they doing this and doing that, or whatever the situation may be. What you do in the dark are always showing the light, So the main thing that I see when people hit a brick wall is their self-belief. They do not believe in the process. You know what I'm saying? The things that we do every day, we jump on the shows, we work with the dogs, we work our jobs, we do all types of stuff, man. But at the same time, there's an end goal, an end result, and you have to trust in the process. And in order to do that, you have to have mental toughness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of people, Big A, they want to skip. They want to skip that part. They want to fast forward through the journey. And I said this before on other lives. The journey is what, once you complete the mission, once you complete the goal, you ain't got nothing left to do but sit back and dwell and laugh and reminisce on the journey. So the journey is really what's important. It ain't the goal, it's the journey. Because once you complete the mission, it's the process. Because once you complete it, it's nothing left to do but sit back and, yeah, man, damn, I did all that, I went through that. But if you rushing through it, come on, man, you can't skip the process. The process is what, and this is the thing too. If you cheat, if you try to cut corners, you ain't cheating nobody but yourself. Yeah, because you're gonna end up right back at the starting line. Because you're not gonna preach. I told you, to get to heaven, you gotta go through hell. Hell is the process. The process is hell. Change hurts. Growth hurts. Yeah. But that pain, going through that pain, is what's gonna make you stronger. What's gonna make you tougher. Back to what's his name? What's the guy's name you was talking about?
David Goggins.
David Goggins. He never cheated the process.
Yeah.
And that's why all his wins were his wins. It don't matter if he might not have won first place, but in his mind he did, because he's not in it for the fortune and fame and the notoriety. He's in it to prove something to himself. And that's how all of us as men, we stop looking at what other men have or what they've accomplished or what they doing. No, it should be about you, and you focused on trying to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Yeah. And we all have some form of talent. There's something that you have that's a gift, whether it's wasted or not. But a lot of people take their gifts for granted, or don't recognize a gift, or whatever the case may be. And that's okay, to a certain extent, because people are so focused on a talent or a gift and looking at, the success that it brings that person, when they're forgetting about the skill. They're forgetting about the skill, and working on your skill, building a skill, to me, is way more important than a talent. You know what I'm saying? So in order to do that, man, you have to be able to sit still. You have to be able to, believe in abilities that can develop through dedication and hard work. Like I say, man, you cannot become great if you don't have any obstacles to overcome. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? So creating small little daily challenges
If we start creating small little daily challenges for ourselves, man, you know, you slowly start building that mental toughness. You know, yeah, we talked about self-reliance, self-dependency, looking within, for the root of the problem of what you can control and what you can't. And a lot of times we set limits on ourselves because we don't believe in ourselves. I got a homeboy that used to hit the iron or hits the iron, and he got a set number that he wants to go hit. Once he hits that number, he's cool. I'm like, I'll work your way up to that number and then it's cool. But have you ever pushed past that number? Have you ever have you ever tried to see how great you could actually be? We set limitations on ourselves all the time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, bro. Cause when I first hit that 315, you couldn't tell me shit, nigga. I walk chest up. My chest ain't never been that poked out, nigga. You couldn't tell me what you say, nigga. What? You're like, all right, go ahead, man. You got it. Yeah, you know I got it, nigga. Yeah, they playing with me. They know I'm playing. But yeah, it's that confidence that you get from, breaking those mental barricades that you put in your mind that you can't. Yeah, that's a lot of weight. I can't lift that shit.
Yeah.
Well, you never will. If that's your mindset, then you never will.
Well, tell me this. How many times have you, and this is for everybody in the chat, this is for everybody, how many times have you hit a peak, in your life on whatever you were working on, whether it's your job or whether it's, working out, anything. You've hit a peak and you like, man, I've never been here before. This is something that I've never done before. And then since you hit that peak, you back off. You stop. You take your foot off the gas. You get in the cruise mode. Yep. You know what I'm saying? The ones that become great, the ones that succeed, I should say more so continue to succeed or the winners, they never stop. They keep going. You know what I'm saying? They keep going. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yep. Gotta keep going, man. What else you gonna do? What else you gonna do? I just don't want nobody. Listen, Big A. I want you, me, everybody listening, everybody's gonna watch this live and watch this video once it's posted. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be male or female. You don't want to be on your deathbed and have no regrets. I don't want to know what that even feels like. I know people. I've watched motherfuckers take their last breath, and it's this shit.
They say the richest place on earth is the graveyard.
Mm-hmm. But you know what, man? I promise you, I done watched motherfuckers take their last breath, cried and shit, because they got regrets and things that they wish they would have did, things they would have said, things they, just situations they wish they would have handled differently, and I don't want that to be y'all. I don't want it to be me.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Put the work in now while you can. Tomorrow ain't promised. Do it today. Don't put it, I'll do that tomorrow. No, you might not be here tomorrow. Do it today.
Yeah, man. No, big facts. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's true. Chico, you fall 7 times, get up 8. You know what I'm saying? If you fall 7 times, get up 8. But you see a lot of people cur out, man. You see a lot of people, when the fire turn up, man, they go look for a place of comfort. And all of these things lead to somebody being the green-eyed monster. Green-eyed monster is somebody that's going to try to manipulate you, misjudge you, and draw you into, unnecessary conflict. You might be the green-eyed monster. I might be the green-eyed monster. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But where is this stuff coming from? A lot of this stuff comes from not being mentally tough.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You see somebody with something and you see them doing their thing, and you like, man, I could do better than that. You know what I'm saying? I deserve that. Or they don't know what they're talking about, or you know what I'm saying? Well, have you looked at the process of what it takes to become that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you mentally tough to deal with the backlash that comes with it? What happens when you hit a brick wall? What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us think that we're built I'm a Chevy guy, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of us think that we built forward tough. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like that, man. Sometimes you really got to take the step back and be like, okay, I know I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm not this. I know I'm not that guy. But I can be the best I can be by trying to build a skill, build myself up and be mentally tough. You don't see that. You see a lot of people want to find that comfort zone and want you to accept that comfort zone. No, man, it doesn't work like that. Everybody doesn't get a trophy. And if you want to win, you got to be mentally tough. It just is what it is, man.
Yep, that's how it go.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it go.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But don't kill you, make you stronger.
Yeah. Big facts. But I tell you, I can tell you something. One of the hardest things for me to deal with in life when it came to failure was my barbecue restaurant. And it really wasn't a failure, but I put in so much work, so much finances. I mean, I'm talking about I put I'm a lot of money into making it work. And we coming around year 5. And for whatever reason, I decided to pull the plug. I decided to close the door because the how can I say it? The base of the company wasn't built on good terms. You know what I'm saying? Me and my business partner weren't seeing eye to eye, and I'm the finances behind the situation, putting in all, so I had to pull back. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who's ever had their hand in business and been fully invested, and you some of these things you give your all into, you put everything you got into it. You make these sacrifices, you do all of that, man. And when I close the doors, man, that stuff hurt. You know what I'm saying? It feel like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, how am I gonna bounce back from this? And the first thing that I did was I got to, whenever I start getting into those types of dudes, man, the best thing I can do is start building my mental strength back up. Start building that mental toughness. Okay, have your little pity party. It might take a week, might take, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. But after that, man, you got to get back to business, man. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I started to lick my wounds. And then I started doing research. Okay, even if I don't open up another business again, I know what I know from the lessons I've learned. I can tell you how, you know what I'm saying, the good stuff and the bad stuff. I can tell you what not to do. Now let me go ahead and revise my thinking and look at things from a different perspective. And I got that from reading books, sitting still. A lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying? I say it all the time, man. Yeah, I'm a follower, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that I gotta follow a man or you know what I'm saying, follow a group or something like that, man. I get the information I need from actually looking for it. You know what I'm saying? Sitting still. I can't find my book. I was another book that I wanted to grab something from. Is from Sister Soldier. You know what I'm saying? She got a book. It's a series based off of the coldest winter ever. But she, in that series, she's got a book called Midnight. It's the first Midnight. And in that book, she says, and this is a lesson the mother was teaching her son. She was telling the son that A man can learn any language that he wants to learn. A man can, learn anything if he has the patience and the will to sit still. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? And in order to do that, you got to build mental toughness. You know what I'm saying? It takes more to trust in the process than it does anything else. You know, how many of us take investment information from word of mouth, or such and such said this, so I it's good, or you go to somebody asking how do I invest, how do I how do I do this? Have you even taking the time to sit still and build some kind of self-education in it? Have you looked at anything yourself to actually know what you're talking about? We don't take this time to invest in ourselves, to build that mental toughness in whatever direction you're trying to go. But then at the end of the day, when things don't go your way, or you see somebody succeeding in that same space, you turn into that green-eyed monster. You don't take the time to do some self-reflecting and be like, okay, what does it take? What do I have to be? You know what I'm saying? What kind of person do I got to turn into to make this goal happen? Is it going to make me better? Is it going to make me worse? The process. Simple as that. We want things today. You know what I'm saying? I want it right now. Give me my 7-8 figures right now. It don't work like that.
But this the thing, Big A, even if they get it, they gonna blow it, they gonna fuck it up.
Well, I mean, that's all behind not having a foundation. And that goes into the process.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go straight into the process. If we talking finances, if you 18 years old, 19, 20 years old, you run into the league, you get hit with some good numbers, you don't have no financial education, you don't have a basis, probably nobody in your family had money or anything like that. Have you taken the time to look into that? That's not on your mind. And that's natural at that age. But you can fast forward to now. Most people haven't touched a certain number when it comes to money, whatever number that is. You know what I'm saying? And therefore they haven't managed the money that they, that they've had prior to. So if you didn't have any good management skills, which I already talked about, skills, not talent. Skill is something that you work at, that you build. You have to sit still to build a skill. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have any management skills, how you gonna manage money? You know what I'm saying? You got luck. If you got luck on your side, hey, but you know what I'm saying? The numbers say different, of the averages. If you know what I'm saying, they made a whole documentary and series of people who hit the lottery, and within 10 years they flat broke. Matter of fact, they in debt. You know what I'm saying? So I remember my pastor in the loop, man, he used to always say, hey, y'all got money, if y'all got money, y'all don't know what to do with it. And then I know y'all heard that term. Man, they should have never gave y'all money.
Yep.
But these are things that count. These are things that mean a lot. There's like, I don't want to get too far off subject because we build a mental toughness, but it's something as simple as this. Like, I don't know, you sign a contract to the league and you get, I don't know, $6 million. And at the end of the day, after taxes and you pay everybody, you left with $2 million. You could take that $2 million, put it in a money market account that brings you 4.5% APY, and just off of you leaving that $2 million in there, that's $90,000 interest you would make a year. You could live off of that. You know what I'm saying? You can pay taxes and live off of that. But you know what? Now you want to go buy the house, buy the car, buy the boat, buy the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, and you're not left with anything, you know, because lack of skill in financial management. There's so much stuff you could do with the money that can make money. There's so many books that you could read that could assist you without having somebody talk you out, you know what I'm saying? You know, but that's no here nor there. That's a whole nother financial situation, man, that can dive in at any given time. But man, we on this mental toughness, man. And you know, building a skill is real, man. Building a skill is real. You can't get into these dogs and think you know it all overnight. You know what I'm saying? This boy that's been in the game, like I say, Pop's been in the game 60 years. You know what I'm saying? It took him 60 years to obtain the information that he has.
Hey, Pop a wild dude too. I caught the tail end of that live.
Hey, man,
Pop's a wild dude.
That's another lesson that I be saying, man. Respect your elders, man. You don't know who you talking to. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, you know what I'm saying? You don't, just because somebody is older than you and they look a certain way or move a certain type of way, man, you don't know who you talking to. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, no matter if they, you know what I'm saying, duck and hide, they hid their whole life, or if they was out there doing whatever they was doing, whatever it is, they good at what they doing because they still here.
Yep, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just is what it is. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, back to this mental toughness, bro. Yeah, that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Who else who you can get some game from about being mentally tough? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I mean, shoot, you get that. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, like you think you know, anybody, you know, in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Think about all the decades and all the stuff that's gonna happen between now and then.
Right. They lived through it. We read about it in school in books, but they lived it.
And you sitting up there trying to tell them about that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You better sit down and take some notes, man. You know? Nah, for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But yeah, man, bit too. You gotta have an unbreakable mindset, and it takes time to build that, and build character and you know, morality. It takes time.
Yeah,
it takes time. You know, even if you come from that, you might come from a household. You had your mother, you had your father. They would, you know, they raised you right. They, you know, you ain't want for nothing. You know, they ain't,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And you could still, and a lot of times those are the men and women that have more adversity or more of a struggle in that journey, right?
Yeah.
And that mental building a mental, because a lot of things that others may have had to overcome early on, because of the structure that they had, the household structure that they had, they didn't have to deal with that. So they didn't have to go out and get a job, but they didn't have to go sell drugs to, you know, feed themselves and their brother. They ain't had to worry about, you know, feeding their siblings and themselves. And so it's just certain things that they didn't have to go through. They were sheltered from it. And that's why I say a lot of times, and I've talked to, you know, I deal with a lot of foreigners. So when I was living in Goldsboro at the time, Arab store we used to go to all the time, the Adam store. Shout out to Mr. Yasin, solid dude. I fuck with him. I like hard. That's family. But I was disappointed in how the store's being ran now. You know, he's older, he's a little sickly, you know, and now his sons and grandsons are running stuff, and they running into the ground. So I'm gonna tell y'all something he told me, and it really changed. It kind of fucked me up for a minute, because I'm like, damn, that's deep. He said every 4 generations, you're gonna have to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the hell? Because at the time I'm still on my my journey at the time. So it's certain things I know, certain things I don't know, and that's I think why he took an interest in me. Because he's like, damn, this ain't no regular little young black guy. Like he knows a lot of things. He's he's competent. He's cultured. So we took a liking to each other. So long story short, we was talking and it got serious. I was just in there buying some cigarettes and it got serious. We started debating about just life and business and family and issues that you have with family and just all types of stuff. But he told me some real shit. He said every 4 generations you're gonna have to rebuild. He said that last generation is the one that fucks it up. He said he's the first generation basically. He came over here, he was an immigrant, he immigrated over here, got his citizenship, all that. He built all that business, that everything that all his children and grandchildren are benefiting from, he established by himself. He didn't have nothing here already planted and waiting for him that his parents established. So he was the one that had to come here and set everything up. So he's that first generation. And he said the second generation, he said they're going to have a level of entitlement, right?
Right.
But he said it's not going to be too bad because they actually saw me do some of the work. They actually had to help me. So they still have somewhat of an investment in it, just like I do. So it's like 50-50 with that second generation, right? They appreciate it, but then they kind of don't. They kind of they got to be reminded every now and then. He said the third generation is the ones that fuck it up. Because the third generation, they're fully entitled.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do anything. From the cradle to the grave, they are good.
Yeah. They
live a life that their peers or others don't live, right? Because they might be the first generation of their family or second generation. So, do you understand what I'm saying? So, there's going to be a level of mental fortitude, right? That they not going to have because they ain't been through shit.
Yeah. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't been through nothing. So now,
any obstacles.
You see what I'm saying? So now fast forward to the fourth generation, they gonna have to be the ones that's gonna have to, because they're gonna finish it off. They're gonna finish it off.
Yeah.
And then the generation after that, right back to Mr. Yasin. They're gonna have to rebuild from ground zero. So wherever you are in life, just think about what I just said. And if whichever generation fits you, that's where you at in your family lineage. And your ancestry, that's the generation you at. So if you the one that's out here putting everything together from scratch, you the day one. The generation before you finished you off.
Yeah, man. Nah, for real. Man, and that's heavy, man, because I forgot how it's said, but you broke it down. Yep. Yeah,
that
man.
Shit, bro, that shit, Big Ace, bruh. I want some real, fuck this live, bro. Some real man-to-man shit. That shit fucked me up, bro, because it's like, I can prove it though. Hold on, hear me out. I can prove it.
Oh no, I believe we've talked about it. Me and Dre talked about it. I've heard other people say the same thing on the show. But that's a a thing about trying to break the cycle and create the mental toughness in our seeds.
Right. But hear me out. This is my cheat code to that.
What's up?
Whatever generation you in, right? If you know that, right? Now that you know that, you're aware of that, you're now competent of that information, of that knowledge of self, right? Now you can cheat. But it's not really cheating because you already got the information.
It's just you get a head start. And you get to see things from afar versus being in the mix.
You'll be able to that's called
navigating through the green monster and all that, man. We that's why I thought these subjects do, man, 'cause, Dre got it on me, said we need to get a little more serious. So you know what I'm saying? Salute to Dre.
But nah,
So,
this is good. This is good bills because these are conversations that, I mean, especially when we was growing up, you didn't hear often.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't for us to get around when black folks got together when I was growing up. It was more so to eat, to drink, to smoke, to have fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was rare that you got together and it was a serious situation. There was serious conversations being had.
Yeah.
That was usually we got to plan a funeral, or so and so need a transplant. We ain't got the money, so we trying to pull funds and sources from the family and shit to pay for this operation. That's usually when we have a serious conversation. But it's rare that you at a cookout and they over there talking stocks and bonds. They over here talking real estate. They over here talking flipping. These the youngins. They YNs. They talking flipping cars on Toro and scamming tag, all this shit. So it's when has that ever really been? I'm starting to see it now, but I'm saying our generation, like, I didn't see that shit growing up. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man. And these things are the start and the build of your foundation. Sometimes you so focused on what you want or the end goal, you're not focused on the little small steps you got to do on a daily basis to complete that goal. It might start, I'm talking about, like, it might start with something as simple as a 5-minute workout every day. You don't get up, all you do is get up and do a straight 5-minute workout. You complete that process, and then the next week you go to 6 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever the situation may be. It might be you getting up and having and making your bed. Some people don't make their bed. You know what I'm saying? Just small little steps build that mental toughness.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But we always try to lean on comfort. You know what I'm saying? Comfort is your enemy. It's our enemy. It's my enemy. You just want to chill. You just want to relax. We all need that release, but man, we take that release for granted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, comfort zone. We got to be as men, especially as men, we have to find a way to find that space where we can find that comfort in being uncomfortable. Always staying on your toes, man. Always, creating a situation where you got to stay on your feet. You got to keep it moving.
That was deep, bro. That was hard.
For real.
Becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's hard, because that's literally what you gotta do. That's hard.
That's what it is, man. We did an interview. Dre did an interview. And it was this lady, and she got a dog, man, and she didn't know what she was getting into. But she had some medical issues, man, that was keeping her bedridden, keeping her in the house, holding her back in the whole nine, man, from living a healthy life or just having a fruitful life and be able to enjoy the day-to-day dues, man. And she got herself a bulldog, and she did not know what she was getting herself into. And man, she had that her getting that bulldog, she had to do research, figure out, why the dog acts this way, whatever I got myself into. It caused her to get out the house and work the dog. These are challenges that can build a without, that made her rise to the occasion. That made her get up and do things that she thought she wasn't capable of doing. And that's a good example. Building mental toughness, man. Just because somebody says, even from the doctors and I'm not a doctor, don't, you know what I'm saying? Listen, don't take that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, don't sue me. because you make your own decision. But there's plenty of stories where doctors have said, hey, this is what it's gonna be for you. And people change their life by changing their diet, doing this and doing that, and they didn't rise to the occasion until somebody told them, hey, you can't do this. That's a wisely chosen enemy, because it made you rise to the occasion and go above and beyond and do something that you wouldn't have done before, and you great because of it. But yeah. Yeah,
that's real. That's real, bro.
mm-hmm.
Cause man, it's rough out here, man. It's the old heads. I could be honest. Them old heads told my little goofy ass. They told my goofy ass. I was goofy than a motherfucker, bro. I was goofy. I had no clue. I had no clue. When I see these old heads now, you know what I'm saying? The ones that ain't with us no more, RIP, you know what I'm saying? Man, I was around some solid OGs, bro. But I ain't know. I had no fucking clue, because I wasn't yet a man. I didn't go. I had to go through these things to understand. Now I get it. Now I get all them lessons they was trying to teach me, all the things they was trying to hit me to and put me on game to, so I didn't have to go through certain things that they went through. I ain't listen. I was the hard-headed one. I had to learn the hard way.
And they be giving the game. It's just, we don't listen.
But hear me out. By learning the hard way, it made me well-rounded. I'm 360. I see it from every angle. You know what I'm saying? I know the easy way to get through this. I know the hard way to get through this. I done both. Because I tried the hard way, it didn't work. I had to do the easy way, which is the right way. You know what I'm saying? So,
check this out. Check this out. You see how the tables turn? Yep. You see now you the one. Now if you try to tell somebody, they ain't gonna be listening. Yep. And it go, you know what I'm saying? So it's just funny how life is. It's funny how life plays part out.
Yeah.
And why I say, man, a lot of people be talking that talking whatever, man, but you know what I'm saying? It's a lot out here to be learned, man.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna cite these sources. I ain't get to everything that I really, really want to get to. It's so much on this subject, man. But if y'all into reading books, man, go check out The Dichotomy of Leadership by Jocko Willink. Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And David Goggins got another book out too, man. I got that also. I haven't read it yet though. I need to find some time to pick these books up again and sharpen this sword. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang for the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. And then the 50th Law by 50 Cent. The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, man. These are some good books to get into if you really trying to see things from a different light. That's what we trying to promote is growth, man. We setting all these emotions aside, and even if it does get emotional, it is what it is, man. It happens from time to time, but we just trying to get to the bottom of this, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yeah, man, it's July 4th, man. Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day, man. And it's been a hell of a day, man. Yeah,
it's just beginning.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Said he, Mr. C. See, here she goes. She poking, man. What did you want to chop up earlier, bro? What did you want to get off your chest earlier? Here we go, man.
See, but now y'all seeing this live. I ain't even upset about this shit no more.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's why I'm glad, man. See, because that's a perfect example. See,
live in full effect, right here in front of y'all. I ain't even upset about it. I forgot all about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a perfect example, because you know what I'm saying, when we going through this stuff, and that's like I'm trying to tell you, boy, you talking about somebody flaming hot, heated, got, a whole bunch of stuff, man. Getting into these subjects, man, it can bring some calmness. It get you focused, and that's the main thing, because we have so much energy that's wasted within the day on these green-eyed monsters, on being, wasted doing this. And I'm telling y'all, man, we could do so much more if we were to take that energy and apply it to whatever we was doing to begin with. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about for real, for real. Like, yeah, like I said, man, you right before the show, you was damn near, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't talking to you nothing. I'm just, speculating, but I know you was damn near ready to just like explode. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then, hey, let's get to this business, man. Let's talk about what we can do with this energy, man. Yeah. And like that's one of the main things. It's like taking all of that, you know what I'm saying, that anger, that frustration and everything, and applying it to the goal, to focus. Like, I know it's a movie. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know Big Hill and Nonstop, and everybody talk bad about 50 when I brought 50 Cent up yesterday. I like, damn, whoops, I might should just shut up. But anyway, but then Get Rich or Die Trying. Check this out though. This is a perfect example of focus energy. 50 got hit and the whole nine, man. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do to retaliate. It's a whole bunch of ways you can go about retaliation and handling the business. But he took all that energy, he still retaliated, but he made it count. You know what I'm saying? If we would just take our emotion out and focus that energy, if we could take that energy, you know what I'm saying, the anger, that frustration, whatever it is, man, and you could bottle it up, put it in a box, and pull it out and use it when, to complete a goal, man. Man, that's like lighting a fire into your ass, man. You know what I'm saying? But we'll waste this energy on all other types of stuff. We'll waste it on people. We'll waste it on trying to prove a point to somebody that don't give a damn.
Yep, facts.
You know what I'm saying? We waste it on all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be, man. But if we were to take that same frustration, bottle it up, and apply it somewhere else, man, for growth. And another book that I forgot the author, man. I gotta get the book. I gotta order this book again, man. I gotta put it on my list. It's the Celestine Prophecy. I've read that book so many times, and I'm upset I can't remember the author. But it's a book that talks about energy between people. It's a story. It's in story format, so it'll be entertaining for you and it's a short book. It's probably it's less than 200 pages, but it talks about the energy between people and how people can steal your energy, or you can give people positive and negative energy, and you don't want to take, you know what I'm saying, like your ex or somebody that you really just y'all don't mesh, y'all, you know what I'm saying, you can't even be in the same room with each other. You could be having a great day. They don't have to say nothing to you. You could be in the same room with each other, and they're draining energy from you. You know what I'm saying? And and sometimes, and we got to get to that point where you can notice these things and you know what I'm saying, control your energy flow, man. We could be having a conversation and somebody, raise their voice and say something, and next thing you know, your voice raised and y'all going, you know what I'm saying, in the whole nine, and that's an energy ploy. Your energy stole. Now you releasing energy trying to, you know what I'm saying, match theirs. And yeah, man. It just is what it is. But noticing these things count. You know what I'm saying? And we talking about it, but I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying, I'm a victim of it, my damn, like on a regular basis. Y'all see it live, shit. Y'all can go Like, you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, like this is a reality, man. And catching yourself before, thinking before you speak, paying attention to other people's energy, paying attention to people's having that social intelligence, man. You know what I'm saying? Common sense. Big C. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Was good, Big C.
Hey.
Yeah, man. But it goes back to what we was talking about yesterday, man. You know what I'm saying? Just peeping them social cues and just, just this the thing. If somebody comes to you, right, and they're upset and they lash out at you and you know you've done absolutely nothing to deserve the fucking onslaught that's coming towards you at the moment, don't get offended, don't get upset, don't get angry.
Mental toughness. That's that mental toughness.
You got to be mentally tough. You have to take your emotions out of it. Okay, that what I just said, that's thinking. That's mentally being tough, because you're not breaking when they first hit you with it. Boom, like, damn, what? I ain't even do nothing to you. Damn, what you hit me for? Why you? Not the literal hit, but I'm saying an emotional hit, right?
Yeah.
They throw an emotional jab at you, boom, and it's like, damn. Okay, your first response should be, or your first thought should be, okay, have I done anything to deserve that punch? No. Okay, then this ain't about me, it's about them. So it's something they dealing with or not dealing with, and they trying to bring it to me, pass it off on me so they can feel better.
Yep.
Don't fall for it. They angry, they mad. Okay, well, you just stay angry and mad till you figure that out. I hope you get to handle that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You keep your frame, you keep your peace, and you keep it moving.
Yeah.
And they gonna feel stupid. It takes two people to argue.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go to some of this chat, man. Mad Doctor say, I'm starting secret societies in Detroit by Bill Loomis. I gotta see what that's about. What's that? I gotta see what that's about. Man, it's a few books that I gotta get on the list, man. But that's another thing that I'm gonna start doing, man. I'm gonna start cracking these books open, and we gonna get into that too, man. You know what I'm saying? Some good books. And if anybody got something that that's heavy on growth, you know what I'm saying, on the growth aspect, man, shout them out, man. I might dive into it and we get into that, Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out Big C, man. He on the plantation right now, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that got to work today. Yeah, shout out to everybody that got the day off, man. Yeah, man, it is what it is. Man, be safe out there tonight, man. If you working in them streets,
Yeah,
man. But anything you wanted to add to it, man?
Nah, I think you pretty much summed it up, bro. This is a good build today, man.
Yeah, let me go to one of these books and grab another one of these quotes on the way, man. Let me see.
Drop something on them.
Yeah, man. I gotta see, man, because it's so much stuff, it's so much information, man. Good information, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This one's good, man. I like this one. One's own free, untamed desires, one's own whim. All of this is precisely that, which fits no classification, and which is constantly knocking all systems and theories to hell. And where did our sages get the idea that man must have normal, virtuous desires? What man needs is only his own independent wishing, whatever that independence may cost and wherever it may lead. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, and that's from Fyodor some man, it's one of them far like East names, man. Dostoyevsky. You know.
Dankeschön.
No, that's Deutsch, man. I can see kleiner Deutsch. I can speak a little German, bro. I can speak that's German, man. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Russian. It's Ishka or it's Torshka. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some of that. But that's out of the 50th law, man. And it's pretty much saying, you know, all you have to do is have a want. All you have to do is have, you know, and make that want turn into a need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there is nothing that you can't do. You know what I'm saying? One thing that they say, and I think I was talking to you about it. I think you said it, and I'm one that's too I stay streaming sometimes, but when you get into something, you become obsessed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And obsession is something that can consume you, you know. And I'm gonna keep saying it. Some people become obsessed with being that green-eyed monster. You know what I'm saying? But you were when you were obsessed, going through your obsession with you know, the Moors and all of that stuff, man, you was square business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And would you consider yourself and the knowledge and everything that you obtained and the walk of life, everything you embodied that, and you became mental tough and built a skill of knowledge in that direction. And you can't do that scouring through information.
Right.
I can't do that. You just tell me a couple of words or give me something and it makes sense, and then I run off and, you know, and I can tell it to somebody else. And that's one thing that I say about skill. Skill is when you have the knowledge enough to teach somebody else. Explain it in detail.
Right.
I used to always say that, man. Hey, you know, if you learning something, don't try to tell somebody about it until you can explain it in detail. If you can't make if you can't, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm an elementary kid. If you can't explain it to me to where I can understand it, then you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily look at it down there as I would say a master per se. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily a skill, but a master. And they say you gotta have 10,000 hours doing whatever craft or whatever it is to be a master. And that's another book, man, The Art of Mastery. But I got to get into that book too, man. That's a book I read. That's something we can get into. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yep. Yeah, man. But man, it's Friday, 4th of July, man.
4th of July.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's why the chat dry. They find that grill up.
Man, it is what it is.
Getting that jungle juice ready.
Yeah. Okay. We got a new member, man. We got Samurai Killers. He's the new member, man. Member of the month. Salute, Samurai K9. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Bruce, what's happening? Chico.
Was good.
Man, Tony. It's my partner. Mad Doctor.
Tony. Mad Doctor.
Man, Doctor dropping the jewels, man, last night. Salute to J-Bo and Nonstop Bloodthirst. Appreciate you kicking it, man. Who else we got?
Salute.
Yeah, buddy. Chico, man. Man, appreciate y'all. Hey, Kane Corso mom, man, appreciate it. Coming through, dropping some jewels. She say people send more flowers to the dead than they do in life.
Yep.
Make sure to give people their flowers while you can. That's a heavy one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Quick.
Quick.
The Supreme team, you know what I'm saying?
It was
Yeah,
good, man.
man.
And y'all
Like,
be safe out there today, man. You know,
yeah.
y'all going to partake in the festivities and you know, be safe, man. You know,
Yeah.
you gonna be drinking and smoking, don't be lighting. You know, cause let somebody
Uh-huh.
else light them fireworks. Your goofy ass.
Yeah, I don't do fireworks, man.
Yeah, I'm hearing somebody that blew the finger off,
Do
that blew
they
the face
thing
off.
on, man, all types of stuff, man.
Yeah,
House done burnt down, car burnt,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all be
Yeah,
safe,
yeah.
man.
Y'all be safe,
Don't
man.
overeat. Stop.
Yeah.
Don't big up your back today.
Facts. Big facts. But yeah, man, you know, like I'm gonna keep saying it, man. Hey man, is that dude who beating that dude on the screen, he getting a raise anytime soon, man?
Man, I don't know. I might give him a raise, man. He working on
That
his
boy
day
be
off.
working. That boy be working. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Told
Yeah,
you they ain't got no AI labor laws yet, so
yeah. I be
yeah,
stroking.
he
That's what I be
24 hours.
doing. I stroke it to the left. I stroke it to the right. I be stroking. Man.
He working. Long as y'all working, he working.
Yeah, yeah, man, for sure, bro. Yeah, man. But salute, man. Like I say, man, this is nothing without y'all, man. I mean, sincerely, straight up and down, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of boys be getting the big head talk, you know, feeling themselves and all that. It ain't the case here, man. We know where the love is at. You know what I'm saying? For
Right.
real, for real. We know exactly where the love is at, man. And we're gonna keep it 1,000, man. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, don't big him up for the graphics, man. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? No, man. I just told you about the big head stuff, man. No, it's all right. You be all right. You did okay. You did okay. You know what I'm saying? He can do better. He can do better. You know what
And
I'm
he
saying?
right. He right. And that ain't hating. He right. I can do better. I can. And he know it. Y'all don't know it, but he know it. So yeah, he right.
No, we
He
just get
right.
started, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Mr. CEO surprised me every time. I shouldn't be surprised, but he surprised me. I'll be like, God, dog, man, that stuff is tough. You know? Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. You know what I'm saying?
Who
But
said mind
nah.
your business?
Yeah, man. Yeah. But man, nah, we love y'all, man. Like I say, we ain't nothing without y'all, man. Y'all are what make the channel grow. Y'all are what people let the people know. And man, we got the digital dog show coming up tomorrow. We got dog of the quarter. We got the best dog show of the quarter voting tomorrow. So y'all need to tune in for that, especially so you can support your channel. I know who I'm supporting. I ain't gonna say it, but it's bulldogging with so and so. You pick it together. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, man. But y'all tune in for that. And we got what else we got tomorrow, man? I'm missing out on something. It's what thing I'm missing out on. Dog of the quarter. Digital dog, that was it. Dog of the quarter. We doing the dog of the quarter voting tomorrow. Yeah, Tony. It's 9:30 Central. Yeah, yeah. It's 9:30 Central time, man. You know, so y'all tune in for that. That's 10:30 on the East Coast, and that is 7:30 on the West. So yeah, man. Check that out, man, and make sure y'all there, man, so you can support your channel. We ain't the only one out here putting it down, man. There's a whole bunch of other people out there putting in that work. We gotta celebrate them too, you know. Salute. But oh yeah. T-shirts. We got the t-shirt giveaway. We got 3 free t-shirts, man. All three of them. You know what I'm saying? All three. You know what I'm saying? We got one going to an existing member. We got one going to a new member, it started off with one this month. You know, I think we got 4 new members this month. Salute to that. You know, I know King T was one of them, man. Salute. T, man. Every time I say King T, I be thinking about King T, the rapper, man. If y'all old schools know, you know. But man, so we got that going on, man. So and we got one t-shirt going to a viewer. So even if you're not a member, even if you know, all you got to do is be in there and leave a couple of comments, man. And be there when we get that free t-shirt away, man. You don't, you know, and you could get that, you know. So why miss out, man? You know, this is the most interactive channel on YouTube, man. We got binge-worthy content. Man, if any of y'all really got something heavy that y'all want us to dive into, man, let it be known, man. We'll add it into the criteria, you know, into what we doing. But man, Mr. CEO, where can they find you at, bro?
Man, you already know, man. Men at Work, Pimps Over Simps, Macedonia Worldwide, Kennerly Collections, El Loco, Morano. That's the music page, man. Y'all already know, man.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna keep saying it until it pop up. He gonna be having a free t-shirt giveaway coming soon. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. We working on it, you know.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. But other than that, man, you know what it is. We out.
Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but our bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, ran it straight through the rain. Red digit close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second was the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.